So once we have the proof that redemption is possible, this whole hotel will be full of demons wanting to check out into heaven. We just need a little more time to prove it.
Cool.
The sharing circles haven't been working as fast as I hoped, but I'm thinking that with a little bit more rethinking, we can really get it going.
Oh, he snapped his neck.
What is it?
You and I both know Mimsy only shows up when she needs something. That bitch is trouble. And who knows what kind of demon she fucked with to come running to you this time.
It's nothing I can't handle. Don't worry, Husker. Who in their right mind would cross me?
I mean, you've been gone a while. And it's not like anybody knows why.
They don't need to know. And don't you worry your fuzzy head about it.
You may own my soul, but I ain't your fucking pet.
But you are.
I mean, he owns you, doesn't he?
Big talk for someone who's also on a leash.
What the fuck?
What did you say?
Nothing,
If you ever say that again, I will tear your soul apart and broadcast your screams for every other disrespectful wretch who dares to question me.
Understood?
Lovely. Good talk, my good man. Always nice to catch up.
What in the actual fuck just happened? So I think you have seen that and may have had the same genuine reaction at first watch, but this question emerges: who does Alastor owe his soul to? And the answer is Lillith. Obviously, because it makes sense, because Alastor was the one who came to the hotel and does everything Charlie says.
Have been able to pretty it up this much.
Charlie has a very unique vision. I am happy to fulfill her bizarre requests.
Oh, thank you, Alastor.
Quite an impressive young lady. We're all very proud of her.
So Alastor was sent by Lillith to support Charlie and possibly help her with her dreams to come true. And since we know Charlie is doing the same thing as her mother, and since Lillith went into hiding, it stands to reason that she would do this. But why? Why would she send Alastor to do this for her? What is Lillith's ultimate motive? From this, well, in her trading card, we see her smiling menacingly. And this is a secret card. And since that smile does look like Alastor's smile, when he's cooking something evil, it's real bad. But I know that's not all good, and we know Vivian Medrano has a habit of using different biblical stories and others such as Lovecraftian horror, Welsh mythology and Egyptian mythology, and to tell her own. Which is not bad, but will help in the story she is making. And the theory we are making. We know that Lillith is the first wife of Adam made by God. Or the angels in this version. And in most biblical and Judaism tales, we know when Lillith leaves Adam from the Garden of Eden, she is pursued by 3 angels, and they attempt to convince her and fail, and soon I think you may have to read that part. But in the end she has her revenge on Adam by tricking Eve for the apple of knowledge. And in some version she slept with Samiel. But soon she becomes the mother of all incubi and succubi. But in this version none of that happens. She doesn't do this for revenge. Or does she? But let's continue to other versions of Lillith, where in Mesopotamian mythology, she is called Lilith, Lilitu, or Lilies, or the bird-footed woman, in the Burney relief, or the Night Queen. Kramer's translation of the Gilgamesh fragment was used by Henry Frankfurt and Emil Kraling to support identification of a woman with wings and bird feet in the disputed Burney relief as related to Lilith. Frankfurt and Kraling identified the figure in the relief with Lilith. Today, the identification of the Burney relief with Lilith is questioned. Modern research has identified the figure as one of the main goddesses of the Mesopotamian pantheons, most probably Ereshkigal. But the figure is more generally identified as the goddess of love and war. Thorkild Jacobson identified the figure as Inanna in an analysis based on the existence of symbols and attributes commonly recognized to the goddess and on textual evidence. And in this article it does mention her as Ishtar. This is the Babylonian version of Lilith. I think you know where this is going, since this is a type of Lilith who is identified in Babylonian. Or it was, but let's say it is because we are not sure, and now since this is Lilith or not. But let's just say it is Lilith. Or this is the characteristics of Lilith. Okay, that's what we will be going with. And since she has the characteristics of war as well as love, we could determine she is indeed using alastor to do her bidding, and he mustn't fail. Because when Lucifer arrived, alastor mostly looks mad and twitches at Lucifer and most likely knows that he will ruin everything he has worked hard on until now. Even when Husk bothers him, he snaps his neck and is not delighted to be disturbed because he knows that his life is at risk. Despite him mostly not giving the tone now. Like name one time besides this where his tone is serious. Demon mode doesn't count. But moving on, and if alastor fails he's dead, or loses the deal he made. Because it may have been a long debt that alastor has to pay, because we know he arrived powerful, and it makes sense if Lilith may have given him that power in exchange for his soul. Or to repay a debt in exchange for power. And as to why Lilith is doing this, well, Sarah says that they were uprising, possibly telling up that Lilith was planning to invade heaven. But Sarah had to stop her and the sinners, and yet they still attacked the natives of hell. But why? Why would Lilith do this? Well, revenge. Because think about it, Lilith was banished due to giving the forbidden fruit to Adam and Eve. Or just Eve. The fruit of knowledge, as the show says, granted a new curse which was led by Lilith leaving the Garden of Eden because of not submitting to Adam's will or being more submissive. Read Lilith in depth to understand this part. But since this led to a new curse in evil, they were banished with Eve. Maybe. And Adam is still there doing shit despite what happened. And she wants revenge on him and the angels for exiling her for eternity into hell and for her not getting equality since she was created with Adam. And since alastor has an idea of how to kill the angels, and knows they can die, this obviously triggers Lilith to possibly return to take over heaven for revenge and to show Adam who's better, because, you know, general sexism, that Adam has shown plenty of in both the show and in religion. So yeah, she tried multiple times to raise armies to hell to overthrow heaven. Failed multiple times. Alastor and her are gone for 7 years. And alastor arrives at Charlie's hotel because alastor was sent by Lilith to go to the hotel to help Charlie with her plan. And later Lilith would raid heaven. Because why not have a pure revenge plan for her exilment, pain and suffrage? Only because she wanted to give knowledge to Eve. So it's a revenge plan for everything that has happened to her. Like the children she murdered. Also, this clip kinda confirms this and looks alastor's is going to make a deal to complete his bargain with Lilith.
Just because you see a smile, don't think you know what's going on underneath. A smile is a valuable tool, my dear. It inspires your friends, keeps your enemies guessing, and ensures that no matter what comes your way, you're the one in control.
Adam has an invincible exorcist army pointed right at my doorstep, and there's nothing I can do about any of it!
I know something you don't know.